Hello and welcome to today's video. My name is Halana Black. I am known as the Book Alchemist. I am a book ghostwriter, a book editor, as well as an author coach. And today I want to answer a question that I had gotten from someone who's having a bit of trouble finishing a nonfiction book that she started some time ago. And her question to me was, why was it so difficult for her to develop the self-discipline that she needed in order to finish writing this nonfiction book? So there's a few reasons that people have difficulty finishing writing their book. It's not a unique problem. It's a problem that a lot of people face. I myself, even as a professional writer, have faced this problem. And so there's a few reasons that I really wanted to go over today on why it is that you might be experiencing some difficulties with finishing your book. Number one, you're not clear. You're not clear on what it is that you want to be able to do with your book. Now, currently I'm finishing up writing a book on how to write a book outline. And in the book outline, I go through several steps that you need to go through, several questions that you need to answer, even before you even get to the book outline. That really details how it is that you can make several decisions in your mind to help you get clear on what it is that you want out of writing this book. So for the most part, I work with business owners. And so most business owners that I work with want to write books to be able to market their business, right? So if they're not clear on what it is that they want from writing this book, what happens is they get a bunch of ideas that are coming into their minds. They're very creative people. So they have a ton of ideas, and they need to cram all of those ideas into one big book. And you don't have to do that. You can do you can do a series of shorter books. You can, focus your ideas on just one single idea that's going to help you get you to your next goal in your business, right? So it's not so much that you don't have the self-discipline to be able to write the book or complete the book that you want to be able to complete. It's just that you're not clear on what it is you want, and because you're not clear, it's stopping you from moving forward with doing the steps that you need to do to be able to write the book. Because you know that you can write it, right? For a lot of people, you know that you can write it. You've written things before. It's just that when it comes to a book, a lot of times you feel like this project is just so big and you don't want to mess it up, and you want to know if you're making the right decisions. And so it cuts into your time. It cuts into your writing time. And so you feel like you'll never be able to finish it. But once you get clear on what it is that you want, you'll be able to finish the book without a problem. Number two, what is it that you need? How can you develop self-discipline to be able to finish writing your book? Start with small things. A lot of times when we want to develop self-discipline to be able to complete the task, we just look at the task itself. If I can just sit down and write this book, then I'll be successful. Which is true. You do have to sit down and write the book. If you don't write anything, you'll never get anything done. But I often find that there's also a lot of the outside habits you have around trying to help you finish writing your book. So what do I mean by that? Where do you write? What does your writing space look like? Is your writing space, is it filled with a bunch of paperwork? Is it filled with, food that you had from that afternoon? Do you have a bunch of old bills that you haven't paid yet? What does your writing space look like? Is it conducive to you sitting down and writing? Do you feel creative when you sit there? Do you have a bunch of stuff going on that's actually blocking your creativity instead of inspiring your creativity? What I find is a lot of people are just sort of writing wherever. They grab their laptop and then, they'll go to a corner, a quick, quiet corner, and, they just sort of write wherever. And then they get upset with themselves because they feel like they're not getting as far as they would like to, simply because they don't have the space to write. Now, ideally, we would all probably love to have some big, beautiful office space. I would personally love to have a big, beautiful office space that's overlooking the ocean, and have a room full of crystals and all sorts of things. But I don't have that yet. I'm working on those things. But until then, I have to work with what I have. Now, I actually travel and write at the same time. So currently, while I'm doing this video, I live in Thailand, in Chiang Mai, Thailand. And the apartment that I got has just a basic small table. I have a very beautiful little view overlooking rooftops and palm trees and all different types of other greenery. And it's really just a really beautiful neighborhood. And I even get to watch airplanes that leave. And so it kind of, it's really nice to be able to have that sort of review with the airplane sort of reminding me of the fact that I can travel all the time, and where my next destination is going to be. So for me, that's an inspiring, that's an inspiring work environment for me. You might be different. I know some people who are not able to work in front of a window because the window is more distracting than anything else for them. So for them, sitting in front of a wall is what they need to be able to focus on getting their writing work done. So you got to really know yourself. What does your environment look like, right? So we're talking about starting small. What does your environment look like? Have you eaten? You know, it's difficult to be creative when you haven't eaten. You know, and what did you eat? Did you eat potato chips, or did you sit down and really focus on having something nutritious, something that's going to feed your creativity? It could be something as simple as a piece of fruit, a nice salad, or whatever, right? So start with small things. Number 3, the third way to help you build the self-discipline that you need to finish your book. You got to know what your weaknesses are, right? So let's see. If you know that you're trying to lose weight, right? It probably doesn't. You probably know that one of your weaknesses might be vegetables all day. You've got a bunch of snacks laying around, and because you might feel like you're always hungry, you know, you're always just grabbing for snacks that are probably unhealthy for you. You know, so if your goal is to lose the weight, you probably might want to get rid of those snacks, or at least get rid of the unhealthy snacks and switch those snacks out for other things that are more conducive to you losing your weight. So writing a book is really the same thing. What are your weaknesses as far as writing your book is concerned? And it's really honest about those things. One of the things that were a weakness of mine with getting my writing done is procrastination, right? So the way I used to procrastinate is I would pay attention to email and social media first thing in the morning. Now, I had a goal of trying to meet or to complete certain writing exercises first thing before I get involved in other things like email and social media, things that can sort of take me away from the goal that I was trying to meet, right? And so what I did was I had to create a rule for myself. If I don't have this rule, then I'm going to have a problem with completing my writing tasks for the day. So now I have no email, no social media first thing in the morning. I decide the night before what writing tasks I'm going to complete before noon. If I get those things done early, then I can get involved in social media and email. But just, I think you understand what I'm saying. You got to know where it is that you know where you're weak at. And you've got to put some rules into place to help you to figure out how it is that you can get past those things. So my writing weakness has to do with procrastination. So if I get rid of those things that keep me in a state of procrastinating, then I'll be more likely to be able to get my writing work done. And the same thing goes for you. You got to sit down and be honest with yourself. Number 4, you got to find support. You got to find support. A lot of us like to be able to do things on our own. And in a lot of ways, doing things on your own, you know, it's a great thing. You want to be able to do things and accomplish things on your own, but you also have to be honest with yourself and think about how doing things on your own is actually stopping you from meeting your goals a little bit faster. While writing is a solo activity, I think that completing your book, getting it to a point where it's actually publishable and actually benefits your business, getting your book published and getting it to a point where you can actually have your audience read it and have it be useful for them, you need more than one person in order to make that happen. You know, a lot of people write a lot of these shorter books, you know, and I'm not knocking these acting. They write these shorter books, 10, 20, 30 pages, and, you know, they just publish it and they put it out there. Those books serve a purpose, they do. I've done them myself, for myself as well as for other clients. However, if you want to write a book that actually has meaning, has value over the long term, something that's memorable, you need a team in order to get that done. You do. You need a team in order to get that done. And really, that's what I do as an author coach, and as well as a business book ghostwriter. So as an author coach, I work with people who know that they have the capacity to write the book on their own. They write the book on their own. However, they want someone who could sort of help them work through ideas on it, just to help them make sure that they're writing on the correct business book idea. I help them to bust through those procrastination walls that I talked about a little bit earlier. I help them stay on schedule. I help them keep accountable to the writing schedule that they create. And I help them get to the finish line, so that it doesn't take you, it could take people 10 months to a year to be able to finish a book. And I think people need the permission to be able to, if you're writing a really good book, I'm not talking about one of these, short little books, that you can just sort of put overnight. It's just basically just a 4 or 5 blog post that you put on into a book format. That's cool, it serves a purpose. But I'm really talking about those longer books where you really need to be able, you need more time to be able to put that together. So you need 10 to 12 months to be able to do that, maybe 6 months. Maybe a little bit more than a year, depending on the type of activities you want to be able to create in order to get your book done. You might want to be doing things like interviews. It might involve some level of research where you got to travel somewhere. It all depends. So yeah, you've got to be able to find support in order to be able to get that done. So as an author coach, that's what I was talking about, being an author coach. As an author coach, what I do is I help people to stick to those deadlines that they need and answer those questions that they need to have answered so that they can get their book done within a certain period of time. I act as a cheerleader. Sometimes I might even do some of the editing for them as a developmental editor to be able to tell you what sorts of holes are in your book. And I'll actually be going through the manuscript as you write it. And then for other people, I act as a ghostwriter, where either they don't have the capacity to write the book on their own because of several reasons. Maybe it's time, maybe they're not the greatest writer in the world, but they have great ideas. And so what I do as a book alchemist, I work with them to sit down as a business book ghostwriter, and I sort of sort through those ideas and help them to create a book that is all their own. I'm taking all of their ideas and I'm just putting it in a format that's going to be digestible for your audience. And then there are other people who are like, I can do the book. I can do the book on my own. I just need to be able to have a group of people that can sort of cheer me through this process. And for those people, that's why I have classes. That's why I have mastermind groups where people write their books in a group process while learning some of those basic classes or basic tactics of how to be able to complete a book on their own. So all 3 of those ways, they're all your ideas. You're all doing those things on your own, but you still have the support you need to actually get to the finish line, right? So you got to find support. Writing can be a very much a solitary activity, but in order for you to get it done in a specific amount of time and to be able to make sure that it's good quality work that people actually want to read and find useful to their lives, you got to be able to find support in order to do that. And then number 5, the 5th way to be able to make sure that you develop self-discipline to be able to finish writing your book is you want to be able to review your goals and be honest about your progress. You got to be honest about your progress, right? So one of the things that I do with my clients, my author coaching clients, is we develop writing goals. We sit down and we talk about their outline. What is it that you want to be able to accomplish before you even get to the outline? What is it that you want to be able to accomplish by writing this book? And then we'll get into how is it that this outline is going to help you figure out what you want to be able to put in the book and what does not need to be in the book, perhaps. That helps you to create some sort of a limit on what it is that you want to create. And then we move on from there. Now, as far as time, you do want to be able to give yourself some time, give yourself some goals to be able to write towards, so that you're just not writing things forever or spending way too much time than you need to on a particular chapter. So I like to be able to check in with my clients at least twice a month. I give you a couple of weeks to be able to figure out what it is that you want to be able to do, what chapters you're going to work on, that sort of a thing. And then when we meet over the phone or on Skype or what have you, we decide, well, how did you do with meeting those goals? Did you meet your goal at all? And if not, why not? Just be really honest about that. Maybe something's been on your mind and you haven't been really able to focus on getting the thing done that you need to get done. All right, well, let's talk about some ways that you can sort of get around that. How can you figure out how to take, how to get the peace in your mind so that whatever it is that's bothering you doesn't stop you from meeting your next writing goal? Because the goal here is to be able to get the work done. You got to get this book done. It's not something. A lot of times people look at their writing their book as more of a creative process, and it is a creative process. I don't want to take that away from people. But a lot of times, some of the most creative people that I know, they never actually get to demonstrate their creativity to the world because they've got so many things going on. So making sure that you have someone to help keep you to your goals and stop you to review your goals every once in a while so that you can measure your progress is super important. You know, you don't want to be that super creative person who never actually gets to put anything out there because, you know, you're so busy. You're so busy in the process that you never get anything done. Okay, so those are the 5 things that you will do to help you develop the self-discipline that you need to be able to finish writing your book. So really quickly, let's just wrap up. Number 1, you gotta be clear on what it is that you want. Be clear on what it is that you want. Why is it that you want to write this book in the first place? Once you know what you want, start with the small things to help you develop the self-discipline around writing your book. It's not just about sitting down and writing the book. It's about creating an environment that allows you to be, that is conducive to actually getting your book done. So, you know, what's your writing space like? Are there a bunch of distractions in the area? That sort of thing. Next, you want to know your weaknesses. If you know that you're a big procrastinator, what do you procrastinate on? You know, is it social media? Is it email? Perhaps you have family members that you have to take care of, and so you have to work around their schedules. Or tell them what your writing schedule is, and stick to that as much as you can. Number 4, you need to be able to find support. Yes, you write your book on your own for the most part, unless you're working with a ghostwriter. But if you really want to write a really great book, a book that actually has some real meaning, something that's going to be long-lasting and leave a legacy that you can be proud of, you're going to need some sort of a support system, and that's what I provide as an author coach, as a business book ghostwriter, as well as some of my writing classes and mastermind programs. And then number 5, you want to be able to sit back every once in a while and review your goals and be honest about your progress. So if you know that you were supposed to work on chapters 1 and 2 during the month of November, how did you do on that? Did you get to the end of the month of November? Did you meet your writing goals? Did you complete those 2 chapters? If you did, wonderful. Think about what it is that helped you to meet your goal and how can you do more of that for next month. If you didn't meet your goal, what stopped you? And just be honest about that. The only way you're ever going to be finished with writing this book is if you get rid of the guilt about not completing it and just stop feeling guilty about not completing what it is that you want to complete but have not completed it, but just moving forward with what it is that you need to be able to do it. Figure out why it is you haven't been able to do it and move from there. Okay? So again, my name is Halana Black. I am the book alchemist. You can find me at digitalwellpublisher.com. I'm a business book ghostwriter, a business book editor, as well as an author coach. You can join my free Facebook group at myauthorempire.com. You'll find all of the details about that book below, as well as some of my other books that I have written that will help you on your journey to getting your book written. So thank you. Have a great day. See you next week.